Yo, what's good, y'all? Welcome back to Afro Wonders. This weekly What's Good's theme is I'm a collection of people. And this episode is about returning back to the Netherlands once I went back home for Christmas break to the States, and kind of what I've been up to and how things have been going since I've returned a month or so ago. So, of course, with Corona comes restrictions. And to understand my readjustment coming back to the Netherlands, it helps to know a little bit what it was like before I left. So before I left, a lot was still pretty open. So like the gyms are open, the cinemas, the retail stores, everything in the malls open. The only things that were really closed were bars and restaurants, and those were open for takeaway and delivery. A lot of non-essentials were still open, so I was like, life's not so bad. But the case numbers were pretty high in the Netherlands at that time, at least for the Netherlands' sake, for the Netherlands standards. So it was about 10,000, 11,000, 12,000 new cases a day, and hovering around that. And the holidays were coming, so they knew it was going to get worse. The government had to do something, so they shut down a lot. I mean, pretty much now the only thing that's open are pharmacies, grocery stores, and food industry things, but things are still open for takeaway and delivery, of course, but the gyms are closed, cinemas, all the retail stores, clothing stuff, all that's gone. It's pretty much just the essentials at this point, which, it makes sense, but also they imposed a curfew of 9 p.m. So not the kind of curfew, like when I went back to the States, we had a curfew at 10 p.m., but that's just things close at that time. But here at 9 p.m. you can't be outside. Like if you're outside, you get fined. A lot of people have gotten fined. There have been a lot of protests. You might have seen it online. Like a lot of people have been protesting about the curfew and trying to get it taken away. I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's worth fighting over. But so a lot of people don't like that curfew, but they just extended it again. It was just recently to March 2nd, I think. So that's pretty much what I came back to. And before I left Netherlands, I had a solid routine going. I was feeling really in shape, like mentally and physically. And I was looking forward to getting that back. So much for my routine, I didn't get none of that back. So there were a few things, like the things that I could do in the house, I was actually able to hone in on and work on more. But the gym, of course, is gone. I haven't been working out that much, at least not in the traditional way that I usually do. And of course, the first 10 days after I returned was quarantine time for me because I was coming from the States, and that was actually much needed time. I was so drained from just always being engaged with people back in the States, spend as much time with people as I can in a short amount of time. Worth it, but exhausted and drained, tired of seeing people, honestly, and I needed some time to myself, so that quarantine time was actually pretty useful. I was able to and actually focus on at least my indoor hobbies. So I got back to reading, got back to doing my meditation, and what else? Playing the ukulele, just doing random things, working on editing, a lot of video editing, and learning some Dutch, and playing Guitar Hero. Wow. Okay, and most exciting, I picked up some new hobbies, which have been a lot of fun. So, for instance, my friend Nadia, she had asked me if I wanted to learn how to do some roller skating. I was like, all right, I skated a little bit in my childhood. Let's get it. So I bought some skates and we went skating, and it's been a lot of fun. So that's been a really good hobby, even indoors. I got wooden floors, so I've been able to kind of skate around here, just do some practice. Great workout, super fun, and I can't wait to fuck it up in the summertime, in the spring when it gets warm outside, because it's going to be on. So that's been a really good hobby. I've been practicing pretty hard. Whenever I get a new hobby, I get super obsessive about it for a short amount of time, so I'm gonna get the most out of it I can for now. So yeah, man, I'm doing some spins, doing some skirt, it's been fun. You should get some skates. Let's skate sometime. Okay, another new thing is cooking for me. I cooked before, I had to eat, but I really just cooked for sustenance. I was just making mad quinoa and salmon, just enough to fill me up for the day and keep it going for tomorrow. And I just make a bunch that lasts days and days. And didn't get much joy, I would say, out of it. I mean, it was good, but I didn't have much variety. And I'm fine without it, but when I went back home, I really made it a point to learn my parents' dishes, to learn the recipes and learn how to make it. So I learned with them, practiced with them, and we even recorded videos just so I knew what to do when the time came. And I've been making like traditional Ethiopian dishes. Injera is the name, the traditional staple food, and all the stuff that goes on top, the what, and it's really good. It's been getting better. I've been working on it by myself and just trying to kind of hone that, and to the point where it tastes like theirs. I don't know if it'll ever taste like theirs, honestly, but that's my goal. So as long as it doesn't, it'll keep me going. So that's been a really fulfilling thing for me, because cooking, a lot of people say cooking just like relaxes them. It just makes them feel at peace. It doesn't do that for me. I get stressed out, honestly. Like, even when nobody's gonna be eating my food, it's just me, I still just get stressed out. It's just tiring. I don't know. So I need that motivation of being like, okay, I'm making this because I want to learn. I want to keep this going. Whatever my parents are doing, I want to be able to make it the way that they make it. So it's a really important motivation for me, and it's a really fun new hobby for me as well. And it tastes good, so my belly happy too. And just a lot of new random things that kind of been introduced to my life. Like my friend Manon, she left some like tea filters and some loose tea in a jar once. And since then, I've been like just making tea, drinking tea every day, but just like that, like with my own tea filters, get some loose tea and just make it myself. And I've really been enjoying that, so it's just something that's been introduced to my daily life. My friend Lucy, she had showed me she made me like this yogurt that she makes every morning. And just like the mix of it that she does, and it was so good, and I just adopted that from her, and I do that every day now, and I haven't told her, so this might be her way of finding out, but yeah, it's added a lot to my mornings, because now I'm like waking up excited, like I know what I'm gonna do today. And so that's been pretty big. Because before, breakfast wasn't a big thing to me. Before, I used to just take a banana on the run and just call it a day until lunchtime. So now I actually got something to look forward to. And my friend Roni gave me my first plant, and since then it's sprouted so far. I'm looking at it right now. And since then I've bought so many more plants around here, and this living room's filled with them. And that just wasn't me before. I didn't have plants before. So that's a pretty special thing, because living alone, I feel like it's very important. I mean, whether you live with people or not, but living alone, I feel like I got roommates, you know what I mean? These are living things in my house, and I actually gotta like water them and keep them alive, but also, we're breathing the same air. What I breathe out, they breathe in, and vice versa. So plant care has definitely been a new thing for me, and just going through the seasons with them, they're just always here. So that's been a new thing. My friend Annie, she got me back into reading books a lot more. I did in the past but it would be on and off. So her recommending and lending me books and going to the bookstore together, that's definitely gotten me reinvigorated to read more, because anything you're looking for, you can find in a book. And also just her reading so much just inspired me to just keep it going, when I'm just doing nothing instead of watching TV. So that's been really nice. So I guess what I'm saying is, when I look around this room and I look back at my daily habits and what I like to do, all I am is a collection of experiences. And obviously our experiences are heavily influenced by the people that you have around you. So in the end, I'm just a collection of people. When I look at everything that I do, bits and pieces are taken from here, some from there, some from under there, and I'm realizing that, I'm just a collection of the people that I have around me. I just borrow things from everybody, and in some way it forms this human. So I just, it definitely makes me more excited about life to think of it that way, and just to realize that, because it makes me want to connect more with you and with everybody around me. And just realizing that everybody has something to offer, no matter what. And I'm realizing that I'm very grateful to, in such a short amount of time here in the Netherlands, to have such people around me that are good for my soul, that have helped me build this routine. Because when I look at this routine, when I look at the things that I do, I see them all the time, every time. So yeah, I'm really grateful to have that. And it's a good thing that I have these people around me, because I'm just a collection of them. So I hope that you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that thumbs up, comment below if you got something to say, just shoot the shit, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, share it with somebody. And other than that, man, I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. All right, peace.